Yankee DIY. I'm Leah and I'm so glad to have you here today. If this is your first time joining us, go ahead and hit that subscribe button below because you don't want to miss out on any of the Southern Yankee DIY projects, room renovations, or budget-savvy home decor. Today we've got something extra fun planned for you guys. We teamed up with a bunch of other amazing YouTubers to bring y'all some farmhouse themed decor and projects. I can't wait to show you what we came up with. I think you're going to absolutely love it. Plus, mine are a little Valentine themed, so I think you guys are going to really enjoy it. I'm going to link all the other YouTubers below, so be sure to check them out and tell them we sent you. And let's get started. So this first Valentine sign I'm going to be working on, I got from the dollar store. The middle part is like a plastic, and then obviously the outer frame is a plastic too. So my plan is to spray paint the middle part and then add a little vinyl to make it a cute little Valentine sign. I'm going to leave some of the plastic covering on just so I don't have to tape that area, and then I will just tape around the frame. The taping portion of this project is the hardest part, and it's not really that hard. Just make sure you are taping the edges really well so you get a nice clean line, and you don't want to have any overspray on the frame itself. Now to make sure that my tape is pushed all the way back onto the frame and not onto the center part, I'm going to use this little paint opener and just push back that tape. This sign I'm going to use my favorite brand of Rust-Oleum paint. I love the 2x spray paint, and this color is magenta. It's a really pretty pink and it goes on super smooth and nice. I'm going to give this sign 2 coats of paint. After I applied my second coat, I went ahead and started to undo all of the tape. Just be very careful because you don't want to drag any of the wet paint over since the sign is not dry yet. Now that the front side is completely painted, we'll go ahead and let it dry. Then we'll flip it over onto the back and start to spray paint that side. We just don't want the letters to be showing through. Remember to tape really clean lines because you don't want any overspray. On the back it's a little less important, but still, it's better to not have any extra spray paint on the frame. The back of the frame is going to only need 1 coat of paint. After I am done painting, I'm going to go ahead and take off all of my tape. Remember to just be super careful because you don't want to get any of the wet paint on the frame itself. While our first frame dries, we'll go ahead and start working on our second frame. For this frame, I just used some scrap wood that came from our linen closet project and some Rust-Oleum white paint. I gave these boards 2 coats of white paint just to make sure that they were nice and covered. After that, I went ahead and measured for the frame around them. All you do is measure the length and the width, and then you mark your 1x2s according to that measurement. Because the frame is not going to be mitered, it will be butted up against the other piece of wood. This is the easiest way to do that measurement, is to take your side pieces and hold them up against the long pieces to make sure that you have enough hangover so that it can cover the long piece edge. Basically, it's going to be another 2 inches to your side pieces. Now I'm going to make all of my cuts with my favorite and most loved tool ever, which is my miter saw. If you don't have one of these, I definitely recommend. It's way easier than a hand saw and less of a workout. Once all of my frame pieces are cut, I'm going to go ahead and just do a dry layout, just to make sure everything fits right and that the wood is nice and straight and going to fit against the frame well. Now it's time to stain the frame. I'm going to use my favorite stain ever from Minwax. It is a gel stain and the color is hickory. All I do for this is rub it on with a dry rag, or you could also use a brush, but the rag is just quicker in this instance. Use as many coats as you want, depending on what kind of finish and what kind of color you want. Once my stain was all applied and pretty much dry, I went ahead and started to attach the frame onto the board. I used Gorilla Glue to do this because it's got an extra strong hold and I didn't really feel like I needed nails for this project. Again, just be careful of your layout and make sure that all of your frame is fitting nicely on your board. You want to make sure that your side pieces have enough stick out to cover your longer ends. It's a good idea to use a set of clamps to hold your frame in place while it dries. I'm going to go ahead and let this sit overnight so that I can stain the outside of it tomorrow. Frame go ahead and dry overnight, so it should be pretty sturdy by now. I'm going to go ahead and take off my clamps and then continue to stain around the outside of the frame. it's time for the fun part, adding your vinyl or your stickers or your stencils, whatever you choose to use. I went ahead and printed out some vinyl on my Cricut machine. I absolutely love it. I got it for my birthday, and I definitely recommend if you are a big time crafter. I kept this sign really simple and decided it just needed a little bit of love to be perfect. And I love it. One sign done and one to go. For my scrap wood sign, I printed out the word Valentine on my Cricut machine. You can always use stencils and paint or stickers, anything you want to make these signs. It's super simple and they can be easily customizable. That's the best part. I love the size of this sign. It makes it super easy to place my vinyl because the center is so easy to find. And that's it. My scrap wood sign is complete. I hope you guys love these signs as much as I do. I think they add a little love to your decor. Don't forget to check out my other YouTube friends that I linked below, and have yourself a lovely day.